verbally assault people to the point where they feel like crap.
He can. And Joe Biden just, he doesn't speak well anymore. He was an excellent public speaker. I'll give him that. Yep. But I think of the last year or two, he is just not spoken as well.
Well, he's been hiding in his basement for the past.
He's also what, 70? He's in the late 70s, isn't he?
I think so.
70s. I think he's 76.
Let's check it.
Yeah, go ahead and check that. But I don't know. Kamala Harris, I really don't like Kamala Harris because she's
77.
She's the one who locked people up for weed charges and then joked about smoking weed in interviews. Who does that? I don't even smoke weed myself.
She would withhold evidence to get people incarcerated that were innocent.
So what did she do exactly? I'm kind of shady on her role. I've heard about the bad things that she's done like within her role, but I don't know what her title was. If that
I think it was Attorney General of California. I think that's
really?
what it was.
She's from California. God, it just gets worse.
Let's see here.
Job. Okay, let's see.
She was a district attorney in San Francisco.
Okay.
And the 23rd Attorney General, AG, in California. Other things she's pushed the DREAM Act. She's pushed a ban on assault weapons and a progressive tax reform.
People know that like an assault weapon is not an AR, right? Like an AR-15 does not stand for assault rifle 15.
You also know that
it stands for Armalite 15.
Yeah. AR-15 is Armalite Model 15.
Yeah.
You guys also remember that Columbine happened during the weapons assault ban during Bill Clinton? Yeah, it really helps to stop violence, doesn't it?
You know, I don't know. Like, people can say that there's no need to have an AR-15, but until you shoot one and like, if you enjoy it, man. I mean,
AR-15 is just like any other semi-auto rifle.
Yeah, but don't tell people that. I don't want them to go after the other semi-autos.
But how?
yeah. Actually, yeah.
I mean, most shootings are with handguns.
Don't say that either.
Dude, I mean,
it's true.
You just got to put it out there because they're going to want to ban everything. And if that's the case, then it's obviously going to be against the Second Amendment.
Now, if we want to get a little tinfoil hat action.
Okay, tinfoil hat.
Of course, they want to ban the AR-15. It's light. It's easy to shoot. It's very easy to shoot. It's cheap to buy or
modular.
Build. It's easy to modify, and ammo's cheap. Like, if the citizenry are to defend themselves from attackers, whether it be foreign or domestic, that's kind of the best thing to go for.
Not even that. It's the most popular rifle in America.
Yeah.
Is it really?
It is.
By far.
I thought
there are millions upon millions of ARs in this state. I think there's like what, 56 million guns in the country.
If you want to get rid of guns, that would be the one to go get rid of because everyone wants one.
But then again,
that's a good point.
If you look at California, they have all these assault weapon bans. You can still get AR-15s. They're mutilated heavily, but you can still get them.
I don't understand the whole pistol grip thing. If my hand's like this versus like this, is that going to save lives?
No, not necessarily. I mean, the thinking is...
These are no nonsense freaking...
The thinking is like a pistol grip, it just looks scary.
It looks scary.
Same with the forward grip. It looks scary. Ooh.
You ever see the thing where Steven Crowder, he had like a bunch of wooden guns and a bunch of like assault type guns, and he would just like lead people
and ask them what they think is
what, get rid of those, right? He was pretending to have like a petition to ban assault weapons.
This was years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, years ago. And literally he was just giving bull crap to people, trying to sway them one way into banning the assault weapons, and people had no idea what they were doing. Yeah. And same thing with Democrats. They have no idea. They don't like guns.
I think most lawmakers that push gun laws don't understand how they work and why people want them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. And
Joe Biden's AR-14.
There was a local...
If there is one, I want it.
There was a local gun shop that for a little while on their sign they had AR-14s half off.
That's great. That's so funny.
So
it was good.
His notion of guns in general is to protect yourself. You buy a shotgun, right? You know, he thinks that the only thing that the Second Amendment is for is hunting, and then that's not the case.
No, the Second Amendment was written for the sheer fact of if the government becomes too powerful, like a certain tyrannical British government that charged too much taxes.
And we threw that tea in the ocean. They deserved it.
Yeah, but we got our butts kicked. But we won.
But
it was a rough one.
We had to get like tactical a little bit there.
Guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
That wasn't even tactical. That was just fighting dirty. But like they did not intend for, you can just have a musket. No, they knew that governments have the tendency to get too powerful and be tyrannical.
So what about the notion that, you're going to fight the government with your little AR-15? Is that going to be enough? We have
no, but the sheer
Tomahawk
fact
missiles.
that let's say that like the sheer fact that if every American had an AR-15, dude, the government wouldn't win still, even with their Tomahawk missiles, not to mention the military is part of the American populace. I have a hard time believing that
the Patriots would turn on their own people.
They're not gonna launch Tomahawk missile at the people they rely on to pay taxes.
Yeah, we could all just stop paying taxes.
I think we should. Taxation is theft.
I understand the need for taxes, but when I hear this stuff about like, they spent $200 million on the investigating Trump or investigating a Democrat, don't care. It's worthless. If there's no like fact base on it and they come out $200 million later with no evidence, don't do it. You know what? Maybe spend $5 million. And at $5 million, if you spent that much money and can't find anything, there's probably not anything, and you're just going to waste my money.
Okay.
Plant some trees, man.
So you want to hear something that's going to make you angry? There's a scandal because the Air Force spent $1,280 on a coffee cup.
What? It's because they had to use their
surplus or whatever.
No. It's the budget. They have to use their budget, or otherwise it goes away. So they probably just spent it on.
Yeah,
something.
but like,
why not just buy a gun for like a service?
$1,300 for a coffee cup. Yeah, why not buy some new M4s instead of
the ones from Vietnam?
Well, no, M4s are the new ones. M16s are the Vietnam ones.
It probably wasn't just like M4s? Air Force in
M16?
general.
Yeah. It was. Sorry, what?
It was probably like a certain department had a budget.
Oh, I'm sure, but it just seems kind of silly. Like if you're gonna spend that much money, like why not? Yeah, why not
buy something kind of needed,
or I don't know, invest in some new body armor, just components,
or not have a system that requires you to spend all the money.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's that's better. I like that more.
And I don't know, man.
That is the thing that bothers me with the government is government programs can't fail the same way that a privatized business can. So you can have
a post office.
Yeah, you can have something like I don't know, a post office that is just hemorrhaging taxpayer money,
so much
and
money,
it can't fail because it's a government system. And then people are like, I want other things to be owned by the government. I'm like, I don't want that to become a massive money pit as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
If
the
that makes
guns
sense.
thing, like, I don't know. I like guns. I grew up around guns. I learned how to handle guns. I learned that a gun on its own is not bad. A dangerous person with a gun is a bad thing.
I would say, personally, I personally think that a well-intentioned person with a gun is far less dangerous than the person with ill intent who is unarmed.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I mean, you have so many people that have concealed carries that go to work or do whatever every day and they're carrying a pistol. You don't know that they are, but that person's never gone crazy and shot someone, Well,
most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. There's a few exceptions.
There's a stat like if you have a concealed carry and you actually, carry, you're way less likely to commit any crime at all.
Well, it's because they do a background check on you like every night.
Well, not even that. It's if any of you ever get around to it, or if you have, you'll know. When you take the concealed carry class, doesn't matter what state you're in, they will pretty much tell you that if you're carrying, like you gotta be very confrontational.
Yeah.
Because like even if you get in an argument and there's some pushing and shoving and you're carrying, you're probably gonna go to jail just for being in a conflict and like a conflict of in between persons and having a firearm on you. Like if you carry, you got to be very much just like, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm gonna walk away.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, which is
it's a lot of like
responsibility.
Yeah. People who study martial arts.
Yeah, that too.
Same thing.
Yeah. Which I think most people probably should be that way anyway. But
I agree. Do you know how much better the world would be if two people came to fists and then said, hey, wait a minute, let's think about this really quick. Like, you did this that pissed me off. I probably overreacted. You probably shouldn't have acted that way, but I shouldn't have reacted the same way I did.
Yeah.
Well, in martial arts, especially like jiu-jitsu, I like jiu-jitsu.
Do you know of any other martial arts? Like, you're the jiu-jitsu man.
I like it. Boxing is interesting, But jiu-jitsu is really interesting because, someone my size could take on someone else a different size if I had a higher belt.
I like Hapkido. I like all the joint locks and stuff. It's
Keto's pretty sick. Yeah.
If you can actually do that in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pull like a Ty Lee.
Anyways, you're like Joe Rogan. I watch his show a lot. He talks about jiu-jitsu, and literally you are, being put to death multiple times a day. And that's what's the great about jiu-jitsu is that you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
If you're wrestling with someone without malintent, but you practice, all these things and you get put in your place. So there's lots of humility with that. Mm-hmm. Every time
that's why cops don't like jiu-jitsu.
Well, maybe, yeah.
They just get laid out by some high schooler doing like jiu-jitsu, and they're supposed to be this big, strong cop.
Yeah, and then like some little kid gets them.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of jiu-jitsu is using your opponent's
leverage.
Momentum.
It's leverage and
weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks for watching the Basin Show. This was a smaller video from our larger podcast. Feel free to comment below, tell us what you thought, what you want to see in the future. And please subscribe and like the video and share it if you so desire. That will help us get our name out there and help us make more videos for you.